sideways. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I'll interested in joining. Welcome to the podcast tonight, everybody. Hopefully my voice isn't cutting out now like it did last time. I wanted to wait a few moments there of silence to give the stream a moment to stabilize so that hopefully my voice will be stable. We did have plans to do a podcast tonight on the George Floyd killing and racial tensions in the United States and everything that goes along with that. However, we had some people unable to make it to the podcast tonight. Right now it's just me and Guts, and we just felt it'd be better, plus there's some exciting stuff going on in Destiny this week, to hold that other episode off for possibly next week and do one on Destiny 2 tonight. So give us a moment to get set up and we'll be talking about all that stuff. We'll be watching some gameplay and me using some of the new exciting weapons. But you can go ahead and, if you want to talk at all while I'm just typing this out real quick, about how you feel about the new gun, or what's going on with the pyramid ships, how they're on, multiple planets and everything like that, if you have any feelings about that kind of stuff. If you want to just say anything.
Just generally, like, for the people who may be watching that used to play Destiny, haven't played it for a while, in all honesty, now would be your time to come back. The story's getting really good again. They're bringing old content back to make it fresh again. They're going back to the original storyline, even with the Stranger is back coming up in the next season, and we're working towards that. They're getting rid of a bunch of the old weapons at the end of the season, bringing in new ones, and some of these new weapons are so fun and make the game... The game has not been this fun since Destiny 1. And it's a great time to come back and, try it out. Of course, try and team up with friends or try and find a clan. The more people you have for activities, the better it is. But, man, Ruinous Effigy, we got a new trace rifle. Me and Infamous can't put it down. It's we have other guns, but no, we're not going to use them because this gun is too much fucking fun. Mm-hmm. Damn. I've loved swords since we first got them in D1. I loved my Dark Drinker, first one I ever got, and I was one of these crazy dumbasses that got all 3 exotic swords in the first day. And, man, the little Dark Drinker called the Falling Guillotine is here. We got the little Bolt Caster, which it's like Temptation's Hook, I think. I never remember its correct name, because it's not as fun as my Dark Drinker. But guys, if you haven't played in a while, come back and try it. You're gonna be like, what the hell? The joke I made to Infamous earlier today was, it feels like they finally got done being Activision's bitch and are back to being Bungie and Destiny. It's great.
What was the sword? Was it the sword you were talking about?
Yeah, the Arc Sword.
Boltcaster.
But what was the new one?
Oh, the new one. You got Falling Guillotine is the Void one, and the Arc one is it Tempest something or other?
Temptation's Hook?
Temptation's Hook, there you go. That's what it is. I was in the ballpark.
I was halfway right.
In the parking lot of the ballpark, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, other thing to bring up, guys. Especially if you're like a Titan. Oh my god, the armor looks so fucking amazing right now. You can either be an armored badass tank or a fucking Gundam. The Warlock armor. Infamous mains a Warlock, I main a Titan. We almost never touch the other 2 characters. But both of us agree, both our armor sets and how we're mixing matching armors and shader, wow. After last season's disappointment of the tracksuit for the Titans and shit, they have redeemed themselves fully to me on like, wow. Like, I'm expecting a lot from them now. And we had gotten to the point where we were joking, like, at the beginning of the new season or expansion, like, we expected nothing and we're still disappointed. And now it's like, I mean, just about every Tuesday, I'm bouncing on my couch going, oh, it's almost time, because Reset's almost here, because all the new shit is so fun and so in-depth and just great. It's crazy. We got other events coming up that we're actually excited for. Even though we're like, it's going to be the same old crap again. They are actually doing it. I don't know if I'm able to post pictures. Infamous might be able to. I have a friend who will remain nameless, that asshole, who likes to try and spoil shit for me. And he sent me a picture of the armors for Solstice of Heroes this year. Have you seen them yet?
I saw a video thumbnail for the Hunter set. I haven't watched any of it yet. I don't know if I want to. I saw the ship. I sent you the pictures of the ship and the 2 sparrows, and they're amazing. So
yeah. Do you just want to see the armor?
Yeah, I guess. I'm not gonna be able to contain myself.
I tell you what. I'll send you the Titan and the Hunter, so I don't spoil your armor for you.
Okay.
I sent it to our Fire Team Alpha chat. And, dude, it's fucking glorious. I'm excited. I feel like a fucking little kid, like at Christmas, like, oh my god, I want it now! I don't want to fucking wait for next month or the next month. I want it fucking now!
Right.
Gimme. I want this new content. Nom.
So this is... you guys see me with the orb right now. You can see like I have a protective shield around me. I could swing it around. It just disappeared because it runs out of ammo after a little while. The orb actually has ammo. This is the new exotic we got this week. It's another trace rifle. It's a gift from the darkness, from the pyramid ships, whatever. And if they have a being inside them, you know, whatever that being is. And this works the same way in PvE and in PvP. I was using it in Crucible earlier. Maybe we'll play some Crucible during the podcast. You kill something, you turn it into one of these orbs, and then you can pick up the orb, and you can R1 with it to do a light attack. You can do this blocking thing that actually sucks the life out of nearby enemies. That part of it is kind of weak as far as what damage it does to the enemies in PvP, but it does good damage in PvE.
The bubble damages enemies. It suppresses them. It heals you for getting kills. Buffs the damage of other people using the same damn gun.
If they have the catalyst.
It's crazy.
Yep.
It's amazing.
And then there's the R2 attack, which like one-shots a lot of stuff, including Guardians in the Crucible.
Hey, Infamous.
Yes.
Go to online mode. You're in GTA mode.
Yeah, I gotta switch that. Hold on. I'm in, it's gonna interrupt the stream for one moment, guys. I gotta switch to show online. Alright, there we go.
Appreciate it.
What was I gonna say? You should join. I'm on Titan doing the new public event. This is the new public event that came out with this season, and
this
has to do with the darkness. If you look in the background there, you can't see it really good at the moment from where I am. Some of the planets you can see them more, like easier and like bigger. That's a pyramid ship back there. The pyramid ships have come to the 4 planets that are going to be going away in September. Io, Mars, Titan, they're here. And we're getting communication from them, we're getting weapons that they're gifting us for doing certain things. There's a lot of story elements going on. It's really pretty cool. Pretty intense. This has been the long lost enemy of the darkness that we've been waiting to hear from and see since basically Destiny 1 came out.
Banks getting dinged up. This is a lost cause, brother.
I'm just checking a text real quick here. I apologize if we're not switching from subject to subject really quickly tonight. I was a little unprepared for a Destiny podcast. I was expecting the other podcast. Looking at pictures of the Solstice armor right now, and it looks pretty awesome. It is a brand new set. It is not a repeated set, it appears.
There's elements of the old set in it.
Yeah, I could see some hints of it in there, but it doesn't. It's not a one-for-one reskin
by all means,
of the old stuff. So let's see. How do you feel about sunsetting? Let's get into sunsetting. What do you think?
I'll admit, I have mixed feelings about it. In the long run, I'm okay with it. We've done it before. You know, maybe I wasn't happy about it before either. Like, there's a lot of weapons I have that, goddammit, I earned that fucking gun.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're telling me you're not taking it away, you're just making it useless for 90% of the activities I do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, okay, yeah, I can still take them all back into Crucible. I don't like playing Crucible.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Crucible person, so I'm not going to really care about it. And then I still have newer guns that they take their place, so it's not like it really matters, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If we go into next season and they take away every single one of my auto rifles and none of them are good anymore, then I'll be like, this is bullshit, I want this gun back.
Yeah.
But like, we got, like, just going off of like the current ones I'm using right now, I'm using Steel Feather Repeater. I love this gun. We got this gun during Season of the Worthy. I abused the hell out of it. You know, moving right along, we got into the next season. I got a new auto rifle. I didn't touch this one the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got into this season and we got even more, and it's like, shit, I didn't even use that one again.
Yeah.
You know, we got the new Iron Banner one, and I didn't even pull this gun out again until Infamous was like, oh yeah, I could use this one. It's like, shit, I have a really good one of those. I want to use it again. And like, I'll admit, I run out of bank room every day I play. I get all my legendaries for the day, I throw them in the bank till it's full, then I clean out my bank. And I don't have room for the guns. I don't have room for the guns. Right now, it's even worse.
Let's do this public event, not to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Okay. And everything else, and it's like, without increasing our bank space, it makes sense to, you know, sunset them to make room for the new guns, because I mean, what am I going to do with another 50 guns that I don't have room for now?
Well, that's
okay,
the thing.
I don't, you know,
the thing. A lot of people, not to interrupt you real quick, just a lot of people have said, you know, I already have, you know, 10 God Roll hand cannons. How are you going to make me want to get more hand cannons? So by taking the old hand cannons, the old weapons away, and they're going to be coming out, they said they're not just going to come out with more of the same. They're not going to come out with all new Outlaw and
Outlaw Rampage,
Kill Clip Rampage hand cannons. They're going to come out with stuff that's completely new that we've never seen before, new perks. And we're starting to see that in the new weapons.
Yeah,
we're
we
starting
are.
to see perks we've last 3 or 4 seasons, I would say, we've seen all these new perks we've never seen before, and how they're making the armor and the weapons work together now too, you know?
Oh, I love this sword. I just one-shot that marionette, or the barrier champion, whatever the hell it was, the red glowy dude.
Yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag where you don't want to see your old stuff go, but I mean at the same time, some people won't put the old stuff down for the new stuff if they still have it. Plus, like, they can't just infinitely give you more and more vault space. There's only so much, you know, the game can handle.
You know, I'll admit, a lot of the free roam world weapons I care less and less about. And like, this is the one that I know a lot of people are angry about, but pinnacle weapons. Especially from back in the day, like, you know, we got our pinnacle weapons for the season and all that, and some of those quests were ridiculously long. You know what I mean? And yeah, I understand, you know, like, I remember Breakneck. It was like, oh my god, are we done playing Gambit yet? And now, okay, I'm not going to be able to use Breakneck anymore. But I don't use Breakneck anymore. You know, I hate playing Crucible, but all of the Crucible Pinnacles I got. And, like, I got them all at this point. You know, that just makes you feel like, did I really do all that work for nothing?
No.
Especially an activity I hate.
Here's how I think you have to look at it, is that you did it, you did it so that you could have it when it was relevant, when it was still able to be used, you know?
Right.
And you used it then, and you enjoyed it, and now it's being retired, you know what I mean? And you could still keep it in your vault if you wanted to as a trophy. You could still pull it out and use it in some of the basic activities that show you have it, like regular Crucible, Patrol, regular strikes, things like that. You just can't use it in power level enabled activities. You know? Right. And like you said, like you were talking about the Breakneck, you said you don't even use it anymore anyway. How many of those guns are like that? You don't even really use them anymore, you know?
When was the last time I even pulled out my Not Forgotten?
Yeah. So, I mean, is it worth it for them to keep all this stuff in the game and have to balance the game around it and have updates that are 1 million gigs per update because the game is overflowing with content just so we could not have any of our stuff retired? I don't think so.
And, you know, I can agree with that, but, like, as I've said, like, in the past, like, I try to tend to look at everything from both sides and make an educated opinion. I'm not calling anyone uneducated because they take one side or the other right off the bat, but that's just me personally. I like to look at all the facts and then make, you know, opinion based on that. When I first heard about sunsetting, I will admit I was more tending to the, well, I did all this hard work for no fucking reason. But when I think about it and, like, the points Infamous has made, I get more in the mindset of, you know, it's true. Why do I keep Breakneck in my vault when I don't have any vault space? Because I earned it. Is that really good reason to keep a weapon? You know, how many sets of armor do you have sitting in the bank and you never equip that piece of armor? You know, oh, that Wildwood armor from the beginning of the original D2 campaign looked cool when I got it, so I still have it. But it's year one. Yeah? And it has horrible rolls. And the new armor has better stats. Yeah? Then why do you keep it? Because I got it. You know, and I will admit, and like me and Infamous have made these jokes about each other, you know, when it came down to a lot of different activities. I'm a completionist, and I'm a goddamn collector. Infamous sees himself as a completionist, and at the same time a collector as well, but when he looks at my bank, I'm a hoarder. If I had the option, I would probably keep one of every single fucking thing I've ever got. Because, why not? Other games, I do that.
If the game allowed for that, I would say, you know, that's fine, but like, it's never been...
But this game doesn't.
Yeah, it's never, like... If you just had Destiny
D1
1...
didn't let us.
Yeah, if you had Destiny 1 vanilla, or just Destiny 2 vanilla, then you could fit everything. But, because you've got all constantly growing, constantly expanding game, you just can't do that. You're just going to run out of space. GTA, I have kind of a similar problem with, where I run out of, you know, garage space. Yeah, garage space for the cars. Like, okay, I might want to get this car or that car, but I got to make decisions based on, okay, well, does it really fit in a certain garage's theme? That's part of the reason why I do, like, okay, this is my Ferrari garage, my Lamborghini garage, whatever, so that I can... It helps me narrow down what cars I'm going to buy and what cars I'm not going to buy, because I can't buy everything. There's hundreds of cars in the game, and there's only room for like 200 cars in garage space. 200, 250, so I mean, it's just not an option.
Heroic event.
Yep.
What is the monstrosity?
Yeah,
Yep.
I think
The
it is
one we
locked
already
per
have.
week. Yep.
He's oppressed in my bubble.
That didn't stop his knockback mechanic. Usually the orb stops the knockback mechanic. Not with him though, it seems like.
I've honestly noticed more, the normal swing will stop it, the spin will not.
No, I'm not talking about the sword. I'm talking about the orb from
Oh, my bad.
From the new trace rifle from
Ruinous
Effigy.
Effigy.
Yeah.
Guys, forgive us, we have so many guns, we can't always keep all their names straight, and we will murder them sometimes.
How about it?
Or I will never remember the name of gun, and Infamous will be like, dude, it's this gun. I told you 10,000 times that its name. It's like, it's the whatchamacallit.
Yeah, we both
just a thing
struggle
you-
with that at times.
And it's always that thing. If you can't remember it, I do. If I can't, you do. And it's like, well, I mean...
Now,
But, yeah.
as far as the
Go ahead.
story of the game is concerned, at the end of last season, they had us... well, during last season, we were building a defense network of satellites for Rasputin, for the Warmind, so that he could send up an attack against the Almighty, which the last of the Reg Legion was trying to crash into the tower, the new tower. However, kind of as a backstory, we were also getting ready for the impending arrival of the Pyramid ships. Now, the Pyramid ships have arrived with this season. They're here now. And the second they showed up, they disabled Rasputin. Or possibly killed him. We're a little unsure right now. There's little lore bits that suggest that he may only be, like, disabled. And he's arguably humanity's greatest weapon against the darkness, other than the Guardians themselves. So do you think we're going to be able to revive him? Do you think we're going to relocate him? Do you think he's going to play a part in this season or next? What do you think?
I don't think he'll be a part of this season. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
I think we may get a quest line leading back into it, but nothing will happen until, September with the new DLC. If you watch the trailer, it has a very Siva-esque glow on the cracks in the eyes. When Eris is walking and other areas, you see it pulsing.
Mm-hmm.
And, as we found out even more and more last season, Rasputin was actually the one in control of the Siva. Mm-hmm. And if it's out there, he's probably going to make a comeback. As we were doing the missions and things with Anna this week, she did make the comment she thought he uploaded himself somewhere. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's her feeling about it. So I would honestly say it would make more sense that he uploaded himself. We're going to try and move him to another Warmind base, see if we can install him there. You know what I mean? See what we can make happen. And whether he's, he may very well have gone to our most powerful weapon, to another failsafe.
Yeah.
Kind of a cool, just in the background, he can't do nothing right now, and they'll bring him back later. Mm-hmm. I would honestly be excited to see how that goes. Now, I will admit, I was kind of disappointed during that initial intro video for the season when they did disable him. Like, they showed you, I understand cinematics are hell of expensive, like, Jesus Christ. 30 seconds of video can cost millions of dollars to generate and shit. But, they show you the pyramid ships, they show you Rasputin queuing up, and then they show you a computer screen of what looks like he's attacking the pyramid ships. They disappear, and then they reappear and he goes dark. And it's like, I wanted to see, like, these super javelins hitting these ships, blowing them up, Star Trek war-esque space battle, and then him get shut off.
Something like we saw at the beginning of Taken King when the Marsov took the Woken fleet against
right.
Oryx. Yeah.
You know, you think he just did this huge badass thing, and it's like, you didn't do shit. We're here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or maybe like, I would honestly say I totally enjoyed that video. I love where the game is at, but I also see where a lot of people can say they're giving us this very dark, ominous feeling of we're about to fail completely.
Mm-hmm.
Because we did all this work to power up Rasputin, and yeah, Rasputin ain't shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we were relying on. And nothing. But, as we said, we don't know everything of where the story is going, you know? Mm-hmm. And, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of speculation involved. But as I've said, I'm excited for it. Like, let's see where this goes.
This is the most excited I've been about Destiny since it's probably maybe Forsaken, and before that, the Taken King. I was pretty excited at Rise of Iron too, but I mean, this is...
I loved Rise of Iron.
This is huge, especially with the sun setting and planets going away and new planets coming in. Like, think about when's the last time we even had a new planet come in. We had the moon come in for Shadowkeep, but it's kind of like a redo of a D1 space. When's the last time we had an entirely new planet come in? Destiny 2, I guess,
D2
right?
vanilla?
Yeah, when it first dropped.
No, Forsaken, we got the Dreaming City.
Oh, right, okay. So like 2 years ago then.
Yeah.
This is the new first new space in 2 years, roughly, if you don't count the moon, because it's kind of a redo. So it's pretty exciting, and like I've said with just as far as exotics are concerned, guys, I'll show you the grenade launcher, the season pass weapon in a minute. Once we're done with this public event, that's a really cool exotic that came out with 2 that is with the darkness powers and stuff.
Wanna fuck up your enemies? Drop a Taken Blight on their ass.
Yeah, right? You shoot a Taken Blight on the ground, and it turns, like, it does damage over time on the ground to anybody that steps in it. And then if you shoot them with it, it'll turn them. It'll like damage them over time, and then when they die, it drops a Taken Blight on the ground. It's pretty wild. Really, really cool things they're doing with the weapons. I'm confident. I missed that jump right as I said I'm confident. I'm confident that they've got the plans of the game well at hand, and that we're going to get some really cool weapons going forward. We're starting to see legendary weapons with perks that heal you on kill, or do some other like really cool stuff. Like if you reload a weapon after, I think it's after getting a kill, Unrelenting or something like that, or Sympathetic Arsenal I'm talking about, where you reload the gun after getting a kill and it reloads all of your stowed weapons too. I mean, that's neat. People were upset when they took away the reload perks for, like, some of the reload perks that went away, like Outlaw, or not went away but got nerfed, like Outlaw and Feeding Frenzy and stuff, but then they give us other perks like that, you know, like Sympathetic Arsenal and Lead from Gold and stuff to replace them that are arguably more exciting.
You just gotta be willing to give it a chance, even though it's not your old favorite.
Well, that's the thing. People complained for the longest time that the game's not evolving, and then you evolve the game and you change it, and they're like, oh, well, that's not what I wanted. That's not Destiny, or that's not...
That's
cool,
not the change I wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted something cool. You know, and like, I remember when Destiny said it, or Bungie came out and said it, that their biggest problem is making sure they don't overpower the weapons, and you just have to keep making more and more and more powerful. Well, you know, another game I love to play that I've seen that problem happen is Warframe. They don't normally nerf the weapons much, and it just gets crazy with, okay, the new ones have to come out, what are we going to do with them? Oh, we can do 10 billion damage with these weapons if we do this, and this. Like, you know, there's no point in making weapons that are so powerful, you literally go and fire one volley at a raid boss, and you're done.
Yeah.
And I'm liking, on that same theme of conversation, I'm liking the new unique weapons. Like, trying to make something new versus, here's your hand cannon and go have fun. Like, no, here's this gun again, but check out what this one can do. Oh, we got flesh crafters up.
We also got little enemies blocking.
Oh, I can't get no heavy.
Yeah, we've got,
I'm gonna bubble him.
Okay, I'll be there in a second. Go on this flesh crafter. How have you liked the advent of the, finishers?
I like them. There's some, I don't understand why they chose that to be, like, the seasonal finisher. Like this season. We got the new one. You know, you do a backflip and you throw a knife, and it's like, I'm not a fucking hunter.
Yeah, they
Why
seem
is that?
like, yeah.
Why is that if I'm not a hunter? You know. But then again, I can say, like, I understand because, you know, Season of the Worthy came out, and we got the same 14 headbutt.
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
like Titan all the way. But it's like,
you
like,
didn't think about it
at the
last
same
season because
time-
it was your class.
well, no, I did say it or not last season, but 2 seasons ago, I think. But, like, I did say, like, I don't understand why hunters and warlocks are getting the headbutt. Like, that's like Titan
Yeah.
lore.
We got the,
We punch shit, we hit them with our head.
yeah. We got the... It would be cooler if they were, like, specific to classes, maybe. That way there'd be 3 of them to get. If you're on a Warlock, you get this one. If you're on a Titan, you get this one on, or, you know what I mean? Maybe they didn't have the bandwidth to make that money, so that's why we got what we got.
Yeah. Well,
But-
then, like, at the same time, like, they make last season's, we got the Javelin Smash.
Yeah, and that's, like, class agnostic. It doesn't matter, like, what class you're on for that.
Yeah, you know, that doesn't have any themes of any particular class. That's just like, okay, that was badass. And then they go back to, like, okay, hunter knife throw thing.
I know you view that one as a hunter knife throw. I don't necessarily. I mean, it's a knife, yes, but the way that you move and the way you throw it, it's cool enough for me to be like, all right, I'm running that. Because I haven't bought any with silver. I have 4 legendaries and then the one that you get as standard for finishers. I've got the palm.
That's a class specific.
Yeah, this class-specific palm. So they do have some class-specific, but then they have the other ones you could buy.
Yes, they do.
The Belgian flying kick. I forget how I got that one.
That was
does
a
it say?
season pass, I believe.
I think you're right. It doesn't say when I hover over it. The Kellbreaker is the one you're talking about for the headbutt. That was definitely a season pass. The VALKYRIAN Impaler, that was last season for the Valkyrie, season pass. And then Revolution Blade was this season, you're saying? Where you throw the knife? You spin backwards and throw the knife?
Yeah.
Okay, these are all the season pass ones that I have. That's how I got mine.
For the record, if you do look in your collections, it will show you all the finishers.
Okay.
And, like, I know this is just me and you picking on each other. If you look at the icon infamous for the Revolution Blade, it's a fucking hunter doing it. It's a hunter.
Oh, like the shadowy looking thing?
Yeah, it's a hunter.
Okay. I got you. I didn't see that.
But...
Now you just ruined it for me.
But, like, the source was, the Belgian flying kick was, in fact, the season pass reward for Season 8.
Okay. Question, do we want to... Well, here, let me show them the... for anybody that's watching that hasn't seen, I will show you the Witherhoard grenade launcher. This is the grenade, the exotic we got last season. Or not last season.
Nope.
This season for
Beginning
the season
of the
pass.
season pass.
It already feels like, the heck with this thing, I'm putting it away. As cool as it is, because the new exotic we got this week is so cool.
We use that damn gun for every fucking thing, and then we got this like yesterday, and we're like, in the trash can you go.
So if you shoot an enemy, well, that time I didn't shoot him, I shot the ground next to him. It makes a damage over time blight on the ground. If you shoot the enemy himself, he'll die from the tick damage, and then he'll make a blight on the ground after he dies. Now this guy, this captain probably, oh, he did. He died from it. See? And then any enemy that walks in here dies from it. You won't hurt yourself, so you can shoot it right at your feet. Which is nice as a warlock, because I could drop a healing rift, or I could drop a well, or Guts here can drop a bubble, and then anything that comes in there is going to die. You know? And it's pretty nice. It does decent damage on bosses. The catalyst is auto reload, so you know I've got auto reload on this auto rifle as well. So I'll pull this out. I'll shoot a bunch of stuff. I'll pull out Wither Horde. You know, fire off a shot of Wither Horde. Maybe kill a few things with my sword, and then go back to Wither Horde. It's reloaded, or my auto rifle's reloaded. It's a nice little setup. Nice little group of weapons to run together. But really, I'm digging this trace rifle more than anything right now. Let's switch back to that.
It is a very warlock gun. I love it too, but like warlocks can finally use magic and turn people into orbs.
Yeah, I was running around the Crucible earlier saying, I'm going to turn every one of you into an orb. You have no right. You have given up your existence as a exo or a human or whatever, as a guardian. You will now exist only as an orb. And then I will use you to kill your allies with. I love it. It's funny as heck.
Ignores the instant double kill using his actual gun to run and grab the orb to try and kill them with the orb because it's more fun.
Yeah, I mean, that was the main thing. It wasn't even like I was going off and like killing a bunch of guys. It was just like, alright, I gotta get a kill and then run out there and grab the orb and then get a kill or two with the orb. And it was just laughing and giggling and having a good time. I can't remember the last time I played PvP and had that kind of an experience. This gun is just really fun.
You had that much fun in PvP was the first year of Crimson Doubles when we could see through walls and just destroy everyone.
Oh my god, yeah, with Jotun. I think we were both running Jotun too, weren't we?
Wait. Don't. What? Yes, we were. They're not peeking yet. Okay, fire. Two Jotun blasts around the corner. Boom. All the hate of how the fuck do you see us? Because we're gods. Every fucking time. It was great.
Good stuff.
And it was especially worse because we went in there with this train of thought of like, well, we both don't like PvP. You want to just go suffer together? We can say how much we hate doing it while we're doing it. We're sitting there laughing our asses off, having a great damn time. Finished what? All of Crimson Doubles in like 4 matches?
Yep, we got it done pretty quickly. I don't know if it was 4 matches, but it was one evening. I'm pretty certain of that. I'm going to see if Hoover wants to join us or if he's going to be on tonight we can do a Nightmare Hunt. I also want to do a few Crucible matches and show off how fun this gun is in Crucible.
I'm down. It's pretty crazy in Gambit too.
Yeah, we could do that too. We could run a Gambit match and show it off from there.
Run off to that first area, just sit there with the orb bubble and watch all the thralls or all the little enemies come out of the... Excuse me. I forgot to drink my Monster before the podcast. No, we are not sponsored by Monster.
No, we're not sponsored by anybody yet.
I think I'm not sure. Like I said, I know nothing about how these actually work. I don't know if you always have to say that or if you can just like name brands and it's like free advertisement or something. I don't know how that works. It's just like I'll watch like other like videos or something here and there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they're not sponsoring us, but we just use it because we like it." Like,
yeah, okay.
Roland
Rising, what? Are you on my friends list, man? You're saying invite me now? Let me see here. Roland. Do I have a Roland on my friends list? No, I do not. You'll have to send me a friend request, Roland. And then, if you want to play a match or two of Crucible with us, And after that, maybe a match or two of Gambit Prime. That's probably what we're going to do. And then the Nightmare Hunt, we've got our own buddy of ours that we do all of that kind of stuff with. We're going to be doing the 1080 Nightmare Hunt if he gets on. That's what we do. We have a fire team that we call Fire Team Alpha, me, Guts, and him, and that's where we do all the hardcore stuff with. Look at my PSN messages. All right, buddy. I'll check on that
Conqueror's
right now.
coming soon.
Yeah, we're gonna do all the Grandmaster Nightfalls this season to get Conqueror. Hoover is logging in now. Send him an invite. All right. I'm gonna go. It's gonna interrupt the video for a minute, folks. I'm gonna get Roland, accept his friend request, and get him into the fire team, and I'm going to get him, our buddy Hoover in as well. You could still talk. They'd still hear us on the podcast. Yeah, I'm looking for. Do I have? He says I have a friend request, but I am not seeing the friend request. Let's see. Friend requests. There are no friend requests. Look at your PSN messages. I know that's me. Roland, I'm not seeing a friend request, buddy. On PlayStation Network, you sent a friend request?
Yep. I'm already your buddy.
Not you, Hoover.
I know.
If you
I am the one that's...
If you have the podcast playing in the background,
yes.
Hoover, turn the volume down because we get an echo from it.
I know, but that's me who was messaging.
Oh, you freaking goof. Why does it say your name? It doesn't say Amhoover there. What the heck?
I have it on my account, my Gmail.
That was like an April Fool's thing. I had no idea that was you.
We're honestly trying to get this guy in here, and Hoover's like, yeah, it was me. Like, no, we're trying to get this other guy. Yeah, no, that's me. Like,
that is too funny, man.
Damn it. Fucking 2 guts points to Hoover.
Hoover, you've got to put on the Ruinous Effigy and Crucible, man. I was giggling and laughing and having a blast earlier. It's not, like, super easy to kill somebody with it. I mean, it's not bad. Not bad by any means. But it's not, like, melting people like, oh, they gotta nerf this or nothing. But, dude, you get a kill, you grab the orb, and then don't even mess with anything else unless you're trying to block fire. You can use the L2 a little bit, but it doesn't... people can still kill you pretty quickly, especially if you're getting double teamed. But you pick up the orb and you R2 somebody. You R2 somebody and just they're gone. And then especially if there's more than one there, you can take out 2-3 people with one orb slam. I was getting doubles and triples a lot.
Nice.
Real fun. So we'll do that. We'll play a Crucible match. Then we're gonna play a Gambit match. Then we'll do the Nightmare Hunt if you're up for it.
All right. I'll probably do that on my Hunter since I already. No, I actually haven't done it on my Titan. Now that I think about it.
What, the Nightmare Hunt?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we haven't.
We did the.
Yeah, we haven't done that this week yet.
We were gonna do it last night, and Infamous's cat sabotaged us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my cat turned off the PlayStation. That was too funny.
Princess Fluffy Bottom over there.
So Hoover, let me ask you a question or two, like I already asked Guts. How do you feel about sunsetting? About the planets going away? About you didn't really get to answer that, Guts, about the planets. Maybe after Hoover talks, you should chime in about that. But how do you feel about some of your guns being not taken away, but not being able to be used in powerful activities anymore come September, and everything? Every 3 months you're going to be losing a few more weapons, or not every 3 months, yeah, every season, every 3 months you'll be losing a few more weapons, a few more pieces of armor that won't be able to be infused anymore.
It's a little bit of both. I mean, I like it and then I don't. I don't really use a lot of the usual weapons that you'll see in Crucible or in Trials. I usually
For
find a good auto.
anti-metas.
Pretty much. I don't really use a lot of meta weapons. Like what I'm using right now is my Steel Feather, and it's got a pretty good roll on it. And then on top of that, it's a range masterwork, so it kind of helps me with the long game. I got Feeding Frenzy and Osmosis, so with that, it gives me a little bit of a PvP and use in PvE.
What's its secondary perk on Osmosis?
Osmosis, what it does is when you throw a grenade...
No. I know what it does, but you have two perks there.
There's no 2 perks on mine. It's just Osmosis
you
and Feeding Frenzy.
That?
No.
Okay, because like mine's Osmosis or Kill Clip, then Feeding Frenzy.
Yeah, you got the high end model guts.
Yeah, you probably Mine's just it just dropped.
Okay.
And it's been working for me, and I do pretty good with it in Crucible and stuff. As far as my secondary being Badlander, this was a drop as well. It has Slide Shot and Quick Draw, and then it also has a Range Masterwork. And it because it's a full auto fast firing weapon, it gives me that advantage. But with this weapon sunsetting, and also I think it's my Steel Feather that's going to be sunsetting.
We're going for a trip.
After another 2 seasons.
Out.
So you're gonna have to change your whole loadout for PvP, right?
Yeah, but I mean at the same time, as long as they're constantly bringing in new weapons that are, I can just use, then I'm okay with it.
Agreed.
For me, I'm not reliant on an auto rifle and a shotgun. I'm not a sniper. By all means, I'm not. I'd rather use a scout rifle or a pulse rifle, especially during a long game, or even a bow. I mean, I've kind of been able to work with different weapons, with the whole Iron Banner, the old Iron Banner quests where it forces you to use a different weapon in order to continue on with that quest. And I've kind of figured out different good loadouts that I can use, different weapons that can support each other in those specific loadouts, so I don't have to be reliant on just these 2 weapons that I use all the time. And that's also for me important. But as far as sunsetting, like I said, it's good because it will force people to get out of their comfort zone. But I do know there's a lot of hate and a lot of backlash because some people don't want to change their loadout, which is understandable. Everybody wants to use what they want to use, wants to be comfortable with the way that they're comfortable with. But with an evolving game like Destiny, you're losing out on trying out new weapons because you're so used to just sticking with the same loadout.
Yeah, there's could be up, hundreds of guns in the game at some point, and you're only using the same 3 or 4 guns. Branch out, try some new things. That's part of what they're doing with the artifact too, and the changing what guns can run anti-barrier for a season for the champions or overload and stuff. Getting you to, try out some different guns that maybe you've been neglecting, some different archetypes or whatever, different types of weapons. I like it. I mean, you can't just be I need to have a 150 hand cannon that's viable at all times, or I'm not going to play the game. I'm not saying you can't be that way. I'm just saying I think you're missing out on some of what the game has to offer if you play the game that way. You have a very narrow view on how the game.
I agree with Infamous on that one, just because of the fact, and I'm not going to name names here, but someone that we used to do all of our Pinnacle stuff with all the time, I swear to God, he would not fucking take off that sniper no matter what we begged him to run. And it's he had to use it. He had to, dude, we don't need a sniper on this thing. Well, I'm running this sniper. Well, if you run that sniper and you don't run this, now I have to run both these types of weapons. I can't even run a special weapon.
Yeah.
And it just made for headaches.
Yeah, and like you guys have seen me, I'll put on something totally different. That's out of my comfort zone because you know me, shotgun and an auto rifle. Give me a shotgun and an auto rifle, and now
I mean, we're
tell me
Titans.
where, yeah, and tell me where to shoot, and it's done.
Well, it's fun.
But
It's fun when we do
Shotgun,
things.
auto rifle, sword.
It's fun when we
yep.
do things where we say like, all right, tonight for the Nightfall or the Nightmare Hunt, let's run. We tried a couple weeks ago, and we did it for a couple weeks in a row, or a couple Nightfalls and Nightmare Hunts in a row, where we said let's pull out Outbreak and see what 2 Outbreaks in Divinity does to a champion, and it worked great.
My God.
It worked great. So tonight we're gonna try. We were gonna try it in the Nightfall last night, but there was a mix-up. We're gonna try 2 of the ruinous. Hey, it's alright, it's fine. 2 of the ruinous effigy trace rifles, the new trace rifle with Divinity, and see how that goes. You know, just give it a shot. Just try out new loadouts. See what they can do. Like before this season, I haven't run a sword in forever, and I mean, obviously, a lot of people are running swords right now because they came out with the legendary version of Dark Drinker and of Bullcaster, and they're awesome. And then last season they also buffed swords a lot. But I mean, it's just very refreshing to run one. It makes encounters and battles a lot different than if you were running a rocket or a grenade launcher, or sniper, whatever. You're up in people's faces, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and then just also like, just having that ability to use any weapon at any time for any given moment. I think that's really what kind of helps, especially if you are wanting to learn how to teach people to, go through raids and stuff like that. Like you guys, I mean, you guys are the first ones I actually did all the raids with from beginning to end.
Thank you.
And I mean, like, even in, this is kind of on the darker mark, but even with, the recent passing of my dad, raiding with you guys really kind of was therapeutic for me in that sense, because I was able to put my focus somewhere else, and then also getting in gaming with some pretty awesome dudes and keep my mind off of that and stay positive, So,
appreciate
thank you guys.
that. No problem, man. I love playing. I love, like, me and Infamous, like, it was actually kind of funny and like a little story time. Me and Infamous met like a week or 2 before Forsaken came out. All of our whole Destiny careers never even ran into each other, apparently. And I finally got bored. All my friends who played were either like the kind who didn't want to do stuff anymore, or they didn't want to do any of the activities, the raids, because there's no point to doing them. And like I never got to do like much of the prestige raids or the raid layers because everyone just said no. And then like that week before Forsaken was like, I'm playing again, I'm playing a lot, like, man, I'm just gonna sit in that queue as long as it takes for a guided game. Bungie, I'm sorry, but please, for God's sakes, work something out with that you don't sit in there for 3 hours waiting for a guided game. But like, it was Spire of Stars, and it was like Infamous and his crew at the time, Schnookums, and I can't remember most of the other ones, but Yoda and a couple others, and it was like
Rex, Asian. I don't know if they were there, but I mean that's who was the bigger guys in the crew at the time.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, we finally got one, and they're like, oh, please tell us like you're not gonna fight us on like how to. It's like, look, the way I've always looked at it, I'm here for your raid. You're teaching me your way. I'm not gonna argue. This is my way. And it was like we finished the first. We did the first encounter, and I picked it up decently. Okay, and I got the luxurious toast emote, and like all of them were threatening to kick me right then and there because they apparently had been farming it for a while, and this dude on his first run ever, first encounter, got it.
It's Bungie paying you back for the 3 hours in the queue.
Right. We got through the whole raid. We got the boss down, and as soon as the boss died, I also got my sleeper catalyst on my first try.
Oh my God.
And they were like, and like it was totally like, okay, just kick him, boot him, block him, block his ass. Like I'm like, oh shit, they're actually mad at me. And it was like, hey, you did great with us. Like we like the way you did this. You want to come with us to the other ones? Like, fucking hey, let's go. And then we ended up doing like all 3 of them, Leviathan, Eater of Worlds, Spire stars that day, and like by the end of the third one, they're like, "Dude, you just want to join our clan?"
Yeah.
Every time he tells a story, we did one more raid than the last time he told us. He told the story.
Really?
No, I think we did Leviathan and Eater. Did we do Spire as well? Did we?
The first one we did was Spire. We went in backwards order.
Okay. It's possible, man.
Because
you probably remember better if you had
I had made the comment about, like, wow, I can't believe I beat Spire and Eater, and I've never even done a Prestige Leviathan because no one wanted to do it. And, you know, like, everybody was like, he hasn't done it. Let's just go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm down. But, like, it was refreshing to find another group of people who actually take the time to teach and enjoy it. And,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, 'cause I've been with you guys since, what, February, maybe? February?
Yeah.
Maybe even January?
Feels like forever.
And, you know,
yeah.
it is like toot our own horn type of thing, but, like, we do really hard try not to exclude people just because of whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But
the younger guys who were in
element.
the clan, like, okay, yeah, we'll take you. If y'all won't listen and behave, then we're going to tell you, like, look, for this reason, we're replacing you. Not because you're 15.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, one of our clanmates who recently came back to the game because it looked so exciting. I've been friends with him since D1. Used to raid with him all the time. He's actually deaf. And I was worried about when he was asking me about it, like, man, that's a bigger thing. You know, just like then, everyone in the clan opened up like, yeah, like, if you can get him to, like, be able to understand the mechanics, we'll do it. And I'm sitting here, like, in between every encounter in Garden of Salvation, sending him, like, 50 text messages explaining, like, how to do these mechanics. And you know, we had to go back in a second night because we took a little longer because, you know, 30 minutes of explaining versus 5 minutes of talking. It happens. But we got through it. And then we went again in this week and we got through it in the same night, even though we were kind of dumbasses and all. We're not going to talk about that.
I mean, the point of it, at the end of the day, we beat the Garden of Salvation, what, like 3 weeks in a row now with him. And there's people that wouldn't even do it with him because, oh, you know, he's deaf. He, you know, what are we gonna do? Text him? You know, like he can't do the call outs, this and that. We found ways to work around it. We made it work, and I thought it was awesome. I was happy when we did it. I didn't feel like, oh man, we got to do this. Oh, you know, like it was really cool.
Yeah,
really
cool for me, like when I was on that last boss, when I usually run with guts to go into the first section to clear out to get the moats on Garden of Salvation.
Portal team.
Dude, Portal team. Yeah, that's what it's called. I was looking for the word.
Cool.
Running with the guy. I mean, I felt like I was running with guts. Like we would run, go in, come out, like bro.
Boom, we're done.
Boom, we're done. Yeah, and it was just like clockwork with the kid. I mean, he's good. Like a lot of people don't realize that sometimes just.
You explain a mechanic to him and get him to understand this is your job. Do not deviate. He's great. Oh, yeah. But like we said, people hear, oh, we have to do something different and make it such a fuck that. No.
Yeah. And I mean, for the Destiny community, especially with all the different months and stuff that they do special events for, charity events and all this stuff, that's what this community is about, is including people into a different world that they can, you know, join and be a part of. And honestly, if it wasn't for Destiny, I wouldn't have gotten into the online gaming side and into the PvP side of it if it wasn't for Destiny. So for me, Destiny was an introduction to a whole new world, into a whole new group of people. So I got buddies now from London, Australia, other side of the States, from East and the West Coast. And, you know, every once in a while they'll hop on and I'll hop on with them, and sometimes it's like we never even stop playing together, you know, it's just from one day to the next, it's just like, hey man, I'll see you tomorrow, alright, and if it turns out, alright man, see you in a couple months.
No shit.
But that's Destiny for you. It's a world where you can come in and when you are with the right people, it can make it very enjoyable. It's not to say that there's not toxic people, because there is toxic people in the game.
Very much so.
In every game, honestly. But it doesn't, for me, the clan that Infamous and Guts have been running, to me it was a good way of getting back into joining a group of people that love the game, love to assist other people who haven't been able to do too much, because nowadays online gaming is a group thing. It's no longer a solo thing.
Let me interrupt you real quick, Hoover, because unfortunately I forgot to check with you because you was kind of unplanned that you joined the podcast. Do you have... Go and double check in the party settings that you have your audio set to share.
Ooh, okay.
I hope you did, because otherwise this has been a very just me and Guts talking to an imaginary person.
Okay, sorry. My bad. You just heated.
I can't remember.
Are we on IO?
We're on IO because I wanted to show off in the stream how the darkness ships are actually little darkness ships are flying around, little pyramid ships.
Oh, okay.
Stuff. Plus, I didn't want to start like Crucible until I made sure you guys were ready, and then after that we got to go get suited up for the nightmare hunt and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my stuff is on always allow.
To the good. Tribute hall.
Thank God, because that would have sucked. That would have been like a good portion of the podcast already that was kind of useless. Alright, I'm going... Well, no, let's do a Crucible match, a Gambit match, and then we'll do the Nightmare Hunt. Or you want to do the Nightmare Hunt first?
No. I don't care either way.
Can we pick up bounties?
Yeah, we can pick up bounties real quick.
Bounties? But
so
those are for people who aren't rank 100.
Before we get into the planets going away, it's the 4 planets that have the pyramid ships on it. For anybody watching that doesn't know, they're going away in September, along with the Leviathan and all the raids that are on the Leviathan and the Tribute Hall. We'll get into that. The TWAB came out, so I'm going to kind of skim over the TWAB, and if there's anything relevant here worth reading, I think I'm going to read it on the stream here, and we can kind of react to it live. Let's see. A short little... Yeah, I'm going to read this. This week at Bungie, the season had more arrivals. The pyramid ships have continued to arrive across the system. Along with Io, they now loom over Titan, Mercury, and Mars with unknown intent. Guardians have continued to aid Eris in making contact through the new public event, which is now located on Titan. That's the new public event you guys saw us doing. They call it the Contact public event, because we're trying to communicate with the darkness somehow through spanking motes and killing ads, whatever. There is also a new exotic weapon quest available. Here's a peek at it if you haven't already set it out to claim it. That's the Ruinous Effigy trace rifle you guys have seen me using. The timing of pyramid reinforcements was impeccable, showing up on Bungie Day no less. No matter the festivities went on, Bungie Day is a celebration of you and the community. And once again, we use this totally made-up holiday as a reminder of how thankful we are to get to create worlds that inspire friendship. I'm going to scroll past this stuff. Talks about some stuff from, like the rewards you can get, the t-shirt for Moments of Triumph, the emblems, the ring, Bungie Day Fashion Show winners, art winners for Bungie Day. Prime continued. Let's Twitch Prime stuff. We don't care about that. Masterful triumphs. Sometimes there are a few rough edges to smooth out when new content launches. Player support is there to monitor content launches. Hold on. And identify any issues that arise. Something with the Twitch. Last week on our Destiny 2 Twitch extension received an upgrade. Viewers can now gift 2 subs to their favorite streamer in exchange for a shader, emblem, and other loot. That was in last week's thing, I think. I don't know why. Oh, okay. Talks about how they changed the Nightfall Ordeal Strike. After update went live, it was discovered that the Festering Core Nightfall, the Ordeal Strike, was reflecting the correct difficulty level at the master. Wasn't reflecting the correct difficulty at the Master tier. To mitigate this issue, on Wednesday we changed the Nightfall, the Ordeal Strike, to the Pyramidion.
Boo.
Yep.
Ooh.
The Bungie Day emblem will be available to redeem next Tuesday, July 14th, after the weekly reset. I don't know what you had to do to get it. It probably said what you had to do when it was further up in the thing. Charity emblem, known issues. Just talks about some bugs that are going on in the game. Alright, that's pretty light twab. Not a whole lot going on there. No major news. Alright. So how do you guys feel about the planets going away? I'll start with you, Guts, because Hoover, you were just talking for quite a while, so we'll move it back over to Guts. How do you feel about the planets going away? Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I just asked that, but before we get into that, on the same subject that you were just talking about, Hoover, where the game has helped you, I'm sure Guts has the same feeling, because me and him are in a very similar situation. This game and gaming in general have helped me a lot since I had to stop working due to my back injury, and I've been trying to get disability and stuff. It's given me something to do, something to fill the hours of the day, some way to socialize with other people, because I have no money to go out and do stuff. I have, I don't have a running car, I don't have a job, I don't have, I don't socialize. I have health issues where I can't drink and stuff like that, like go out to a bar and have a good old time like that anymore, so it's given me a way to just feel alive and feel active, Physically, I can't run around and play sports anymore. I can't go shooting at the firing range with my my guns. I can't go golfing, so this gives me something to do. So it has been a huge, huge positive impact on my life the last couple of years. If it wasn't for gaming and getting into YouTube and stuff like that, I don't know what I'd be doing. I don't know where I would be right now. Probably really depressed.
Agreed.
You have any more to expand upon that, Guts, or just agreed?
I mean, you hit most of the main points, but and even beyond that, how you said it gives you a life and everything, I know there's a lot of people who, yes, it's just a game and everything, but there are, and I know me and Infants aren't the only two out there, but I got hurt at work, I can't work anymore, trying to deal with medical and insurance and they're not going to cover this and they're not going to do that. Me personally with my back, their whole system, okay, we can do this surgery and it'll probably alleviate your problem, you'll get back to work, but we're not going to pay for that. So here's a bunch of painkillers and go away. And it's well, would we even be able to save for it? We can't save, almost 30 grand for spinal surgery. And everything right now because, with one income and everything, it gets hard to make ends meet some weeks. Or some, my wife now gets paid bi-weekly, and, there's sometimes it's are we going to make it through the next week?
Yeah.
When you pay all your bills and shit, and it's well, we have $70 for 2 weeks. Damn.
Yeah,
but,
I've been there.
I will admit, I take the game pretty seriously. I get annoyed when people just don't want to cooperate so we can get stuff done. But, I'm also a big player and, I try and help everyone I can. Me and Infamous, goddamn, how many times have we run fucking 0 hour now?
Yeah, probably close to 100.
Even in the past month, we've ran it again. It's crazy, but, that's just the type of players we are. But, and like he said, in our clan, I've already hit max light. Infamous is one piece away. We've been racing all this week to see who's going to get their last pinnacle to be maxed out. And, most of the other clans, I'm not even in pinnacles yet.
Yeah. Real quick, are you guys ready for Crucible?
Yep.
Yes.
Go ahead. Bring us in.
Go ahead. Continue, guys.
But it goes back to that feeling of yeah, I cook, or I cook, I help around the house and this and that, but outside of, okay, I'm being a good husband, it's that sense of accomplishment. Yeah, it's just a video game. Yeah, well, when that's all you can do, it makes you feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, probably like every other player, and Infamous can attest to this. There's bugs that happen, there's problems that pop up. We say it every damn season, but I wish they would fix their goddamn leveling system that I don't get 15 helmets in 2 weeks.
That is the one time that you really... I hate when we're at the beginning of a season and we're leveling.
Every fucking season.
That is the worst time for you. That is the time when you rage out the most. And I hate hearing you do that, because the rest of the time, you enjoy the game.
Yeah. Now, I will admit there's been other times, but they were kind of understandable. I keep doing... what was that last big one? I was doing the Crucible Pinnacle shit to get my Reg rigs. Mm-hmm. I did my 4 resets, and when I went to pop it, instead of getting the gun, it reset my Triumph, and I had to start all over on the 4 resets.
Damn.
Yeah.
And that was the same season that the Echo Sparrow came out, the Taken Sparrow. I got all 50 of my eggs. I didn't get my Sparrow. Did every activity over and over and over in the Dreaming City. The whole damn time I never got a ghost. Everyone else has got their title and it looks cool, and it's like RNG is fucking me, Cursebreaker, and I can't get my title.
You had to wait for them to patch
season,
to get the ghost. You months later, wasn't it? Or I mean, not the ghost, the sparrow from the eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The season, it was already over. We were getting ready for Shadowkeep to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Or it was right before they even announced it. And I was telling everyone, man, I am tired of the shit. And then the Regiction happened. I was like, man, you know what? Fuck this game. I'm done. I'm going to finish out the season with you guys, and I will figure out something else to fucking play, because I am tired of this shit. All these achievements, all this shit I've worked hard for, and I'm not getting none of it. And I'm having to start over. And then, oh my god, the next day, it was the next goddamn day, they put out the trailer for Shadowkeep. And we all got into a chat part. We've been doing it for a while now. When they're announcing the seasons or the next expansions, we'll get into it. Yeah, we'll get into a party, a chat party, and we'll all watch it at the same time. And okay, shut the fuck up, mute your mics, watch this intro, and then okay, what do y'all think of and we're all excited and for it. And it was okay, I'll watch it with y'all and everything, but like I said, I'm fucking done. And then we have the dev stream reveal, and I'm like, son of a fucking bitch, they got me. Shit, now I have to buy Shadowkeep.
You were even starting to feel like that a little bit again before this last one, weren't you? This last reveal.
Not as
bad as last year.
Badly,
but a little bit.
The only thing that's been getting to me is the fact that damn ghost from the fucking Altar of Sorrows.
Yeah, it's the Dreaming City ghost all over again for you.
Yes, oh my god. And I've been real good about it. I go in there a couple of times a week when no one's on, or I don't think about it when we're doing shit because we're doing shit, and then no one's on. It's oh yeah, I guess I can go do this. I've completed that Triumph that you have to complete it 10 billion fucking times, and still no ghost.
Yeah. I hate to laugh. It's just silly at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, the number of times I've done it and I don't have that ghost, so I don't have my title.
They need to implement drop
That's all
protection.
I need for my title.
They need to implement drop protection where if you have run an activity X number of times, just like how they're doing it with the raid exotics
chance
now,
goes up.
Exactly, and it should have a chance where it keeps going up and up and up until finally, after so many runs, you're guaranteed the drop. Or request drops, maybe. It says, all right, we're not just going to give it to you, but the quest is going to drop, and you go complete this, this, and this, and boom, you get it, right? Because it's it's goofy. It's goofy that somebody could run an activity for a year or more and not get the weapon, and all their friends get it, and then by the time all their friends get it, nobody wants to even run the activity anymore, and then here you are, still wanting to run it to get the raid exotic or whatever, and nobody wants to run it because they've all got their stuff.
Yep. And that's a big reason why I won't act that way. I will run activities I've already done. I don't need, because I remember that feeling of I am never gonna get this shit because now no one wants to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that was me too for a while.
I just turned my first Guardian into an orb.
Nice.
Let me get this guy. Oh!
Goddamn.
Oh, he got me. He turned me, this other guy turned me into an orb. I was trying to get him with my orb.
I killed him for you, my Führer.
Nice.
I picked up his special ammo.
In case people who see this heard that joke, we make a joke that Infamous is our dictator at times. That's why we'll make the joke, he's my Führer. We are not Nazis. We don't discriminate. It's nothing to do with that.
I didn't even think of that. It's a good thing you
It was
thought of that.
honestly, I didn't think when I said it. It's an inside joke where, you know, he is our clan founder. It is his clan. You know, in a short time, I ended up becoming an admin, and now basically it's Infamous and the one admin Guts.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to force Hoover, but he keeps resisting.
I got stuff which I will not mention because we are live on a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of stuff going on.
Like if anyone took any type of little offense to that, like, I will apologize. I will try not to make that joke, but it's hard because we've done it for so long now.
It's okay. Like, the way I look at
that
it,
guy is lagging.
You can't be thick-skinned or thin-skinned. I mean, we're not going to walk on eggshells with this podcast. We're going to say what we want to say, and we're going to make the jokes we want to make. And if people get offended about it, you know, people are way too politically correct social justice warriors. So we're going to do episodes of the podcast on that kind of thing. I am not going to walk on eggshells and, you know, and screen myself for people because they're too sensitive. Fuck that.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Alright, let's switch up subjects for a minute. What about the planets going away, guys? What about the planets going away?
I don't really mind it, but I understand why they're doing it. Because, I mean, hell, it's a big ass game. You don't want it to eat up the rest of your memory. And with us, you know.
And why I do truly agree with that, like, I have no problem with it. I'm an end game player. You know, we chase the pinnacle activities, the absolute, like, no one's gonna do this shit because we made it so crazy, stupid hard. My dumb ass last season soloed a goddamn fucking Grandmaster Nightfall because I was bored. Spent countless hours in there, but I did it. But, you know, the only place where I see any type of issues with that is, you know, they keep trying to, okay, we need to bring in new blood, get new players in, they gotta try this out. Hold on 1 second, guys. Yeah.
So what about, what was he saying about the planets? We gotta bring new players in? Oh, because he was gonna get to the point where they're not going to be able to experience the old planets. But I mean, there's other planets. They don't have to experience the old ones. You know?
Yeah. Well, you know, like I was saying, like, the way I really looked at it was not so much they need to experience it, but if you get someone who turns into a hardcore fan like me and Infamous, and even Hoover, that, oh man, this is so cool, like, I don't know why I never played this before. You know, they can go back, buy Destiny, and play all of Destiny.
True.
Yep.
Destiny 1. And experience the story and get caught up, and then keep playing Destiny 2 as well. But if you get to the point in 2 where it's like, you can no longer ever play that content.
Yeah. Well, it's going in the vault with the possibility of coming back out, but it's probably safe to assume some of it may never return.
Why I agree with you on that, people coming into it aren't going to understand that.
Yeah.
They get all excited, oh, my clanmate, you know, oh, I joined doing it for the puppies, and these guys talk about, like, the Red War and everything, I want to go and play that. You can't play it no more.
Yeah.
It may come back later, but you can't play it. Oh, well, what about Forsaken? No, you can't play that neither. So I can never catch up with the story and see what y'all are talking about? No. Maybe later, but they don't know yet.
Is the Forsaken campaign going away? Because the Tangled Shore and the Dreaming City are staying. Not to nitpick.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I was just using that as an example.
Yeah, I get your point you're making. Yeah.
There are people who become such fans of things, if they can't experience everything, they stop. And they're killing their own, you know. I understand why they're doing it. I approve of it. I'm an endgame player. I know why. I understand it. But their whole, the whole new light focus, we're going to give them all this shit. We're going to make it easy for them to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to just chop that right off, and they can just start wherever we're at now. There are people who are going to be like, well, if I can't see it all, I don't want to see it, so throw that game away. I'm not even going to buy it. And me and you have had this talk before. And, like, I'll flat out say it so many times. Like, oh, they're making this activity easier, and they're making this quest line easier, and they're making this gun easier to get. The ship I'm rocking right now, the Platinum Sterling, we had to do 100 of the 2 weekly frames.
Mm-hmm.
So it took us 50 weeks. It couldn't have been that bad, though. But you know what I mean? 100 of them.
It was a long time.
It was
a long time. It was 100 weapon frames.
Yeah, it was a long time to earn this ship.
Yeah.
And then, like, oh, well, now the blue ones count and they can earn it in a day if they just keep picking. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're punishing the old players, the endgame players, and rewarding all the new players. And like I said, I don't have this problem because it finally feels like they're finally tuning this back for the endgame players. Yes, there are activities. Yes, you can go do this. You can get a feel for the game. But your main goal is to get to that end game. Not to sit in the past and not do it.
There's definitely more for the end game player now. Like, we've got stuff we didn't even tackle last season because we didn't have a third fire team member. You said you did one solo, but I didn't even step foot in Grandmaster Nightfalls. I wanted to wait till we had a good fire team and we could get the title. So we're going to do it this season, and that's probably the hardest endgame activity there is right now. But we've got a new dungeon this season. We're going to be getting a new raid next season. We're going to be getting Vault of Glass coming back next year. There's plenty of endgame stuff going on. How do you feel about the? Did you already say, Hoover, how you felt about the planets leaving?
Very briefly.
I just like get
take away. Just a little bit. I agree with Guts on the aspect of I'm okay with them removing it, and maybe periodically bringing it back for the new players. But I mean, he makes a good point. Like for the newer people that are trying to get into Destiny, unless you're willing to sit through a 4-hour video that's on YouTube to catch up, and then another 30 minutes to catch up from where that video leaves off, then you would kind of more or less understand what's going on here in the Destiny world. But yeah, it is more. It's going to be more towards the in-game players, the people that have been through Destiny from the very beginning. Like, because myself, I was a beta player. I came in to the Destiny scene in the beta before the game launched.
Beta for Destiny 1.
Yeah, Destiny 1.
Yeah.
I think we're all 3 beta players.
And then with Destiny 1, I was...
Go ahead.
With Destiny 1, I was able to do a lot of the cool stuff there because then some of my close buddies now, they're a part of this clan group now because we've been able to get enough people to do stuff and introduce them to stuff, and I'm glad that they're finally joining back up because now I get to game with them a lot more. Because at the launch of Destiny 2, it was hard to find something for all of us to do as a group, and then we kind of just did our own thing. But with me joining and doing it for the puppies clan, it's allowed them to also experience this as well.
As you say that, you make me think about the fact, and Infamous will know this one. It's like every time, especially for the longest time, we would get one new player, we would end up absorbing an entire fucking clan.
We absorbed a couple
of clans. Or what was left of the clan.
Yeah.
Like I say what was left because, of course, they were leaving their clan because their clans died. But, like, my clan ended up joining up. A lot of the people I knew ended up joining up. Some of them are gone now. Some of them, sorry to see you go. Some of them, oh, thank God. But again, that's just, personalities don't mesh well. But, like... Sorry, I got distracted by this guy shooting me.
No, you're good.
But, you know, on a side note, Hoover, how you brought that up with like your buddies like Nightmare.
Yep.
Like, we still need to convince his wife to come with us and get her into some raids.
Yep.
Because she sounded like she wanted to try it so bad, but she was afraid of her past experiences of people just being assholes.
Yeah, and like I said, with her, man, she is amazing. She's an amazing gamer. I, like, when we first started gaming together, it was like, oh, cool, you know, we finally got a girl game with us, sweet, you know? And it wasn't like none of that other stuff. It was more or less, alright, cool, somebody brand new that's just not your normal dude is coming to game with us. That's pretty dope. And, I mean, when you get her to really get down and game with everybody, she is probably one of the best gamers that I've gamed with. Not just in PvE, because she's really big on PvE, but in PvP as well. Like, I would go flawless with her, you know?
Nice.
Because she's just that good of a gamer. She will find her what best suits her, and she'll kick ass. So, like, if she's able to join us, man, the amount of laughs and the amount of just stuff and you know, availability to do stuff. She'll be down for a lot of the stuff that we do, and just the community that doing it for the puppies has. It's just awesome. Ooh, I got hit by shield. Alright.
Yeah, okay, so the planets, I feel like, yeah, I can understand what you guys are saying about new people joining the game, but at the same time, the game has been free to play for like a year now, hasn't it?
Almost 2.
Yeah. The 2?
Didn't it originally go free to play?
Wasn't it with Shadowkeep?
In Forsaken? No,
Forsaken,
I think.
started New Light and free to play.
So 2 years almost then. Now anybody that wanted to get back into it or get into it for the first time, if they haven't gotten into it in 2 years of free play,
it's on them.
Yeah. Like anything you missed out on at this point, I don't feel bad about it. I'm sorry.
This guy tried it.
Yeah. And it's for the betterment of the game. It's gonna make the game, the updates go faster, be smaller, go smoother, less bugs, less testing for the QA team. They said because they're able to sunset stuff, they're going to bring out more interesting and stronger perks on the weapons. So the weapons are going to get more exciting. You know, there's a lot of stuff.
They're not going to be nerfing them as easily.
Yeah.
Fuck it goes away in a little time. Just suffer for that year.
Uh-huh. So I'm all about it. I don't mind at all. The amount of real estate...
I totally agree. Like, I don't have a problem with it, but like, looking at it from the outside view.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's absolutely relevant to bring up that perspective. Sure, I'm glad you did.
But like, I guess I'm just trying to reiterate, like, we're all three in agreement on, like, thank God.
Absolutely.
I mean, some of the planets did not really have much use.
There's nothing to do on them except when they make us go to them for a bounty.
Or the
like on this planet, get kills with these weapons. Why the fuck do I want to go to Nessus and get kills with these weapons? Why can't I just do it on whatever planet I want?
Just to clarify, Nessus is staying. He's just using that as an example.
Yeah.
Mercury is one of them. Well, Mercury is one of them that's like, well, who cares if Mercury goes? You know, like, it's so small. It's really like
barely been able. He had just been able to use.
Mercury is the nutsack of Destiny.
Heavy's about to be up, by the way. Yeah, just kind of hanging around, you know, but nobody really pays that much attention to it.
We almost had to with the trace rifle.
Are we capped?
Pulling heavy.
As far as this gun, I was talking earlier about this gun, guys. I don't know if you've got to see me yet. This match I'm playing against some pretty sweaty people, so I haven't been doing as good as sometimes I can. But you get a kill. Oh, somebody made a transmutation orb. Transmutation. Listen to me. Let me try. I'm gonna get this guy because he's not paying attention at all. Hey, buddy. Bye, buddy.
Got one.
Guy like
that dude.
There he is. Oh, he got me.
And then
can enemies pick up our orbs?
I don't know about that. I picked
it's only
one up
teammates.
from somebody a second ago. I don't know who made it.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
when your
yeah, the
teammates that are
orb does
able to do
not
it.
steal almost any life against a guardian.
Yeah.
I had to test that out.
Mine.
Alright, so we talked about sunsetting, we talked about the planets leaving, we talked about the ruinous effigy, and some stuff with that. And then I got my brother screaming outside my window while I'm doing a live podcast. Thanks, brother.
Oh, really, guy? Do you really want to do this? He wants to do this.
What else you guys want to talk about? Any ideas? I was a horror. Nobody saw that. That didn't happen. I didn't just jump and fall to
I
my
got
death.
a little bit of an off topic, but still has everything to do with this game.
Go for it.
What are y'all's views on team structure and clan structures within the clans? And like Infamous, like you may remember when this was actually a real big issue and hot button with some people, but like when we formed our fire team, you know, we call it Fire Team Alpha, and we mentioned to people, like, look, these new activities are coming, these new seals are coming, you need a group. Like, we've already teamed up, why don't y'all do this too? People got pissed off that it's bullshit. Y'all should be doing it with everyone, not just the 4 of you. Like, it was Reckoning for the Reckoner title.
I've even had
Prime.
that issue with people where, let me think of what that was with. Okay, so like, I guess it's
And
not
it's like-
necessarily the same issue, but it's similar. Where I played Grand Theft Auto online on the PS4 when I got my PS4, and people were still playing it on the PS3 that were in my clan, and they're like, "Come play with me." I'm like, "I got it on PS4 now. I'm playing on PS4. You gotta upgrade if you want to keep playing with me." And they're like, "Well, that's bullshit. You're the clan leader. You should play with us." So I'm supposed to turn off my new PS4, dust off my old PS3, and play with the worst graphics and everything on there because you're in my clan. No, like, that's not it. I didn't make a clan so that I could just be at everyone's beck and call to drag them through every activity in the game and not do anything I want to do, just be there for them and to help them. I made a clan so I could make friends to play with, have, you know, good times and fun, and coordinate to do activities, have people to do regular, you know, raids and stuff with, not have to go LFGing and everything. And we do, like we were talking about earlier, we've done 0 hour like 100 times, helping people in the clan get Outbreak perfected and help them get the Catalyst. I've helped people get the Xenophage, the Whisper, like other exotics, you know, Thorn. I can't think of all of them that I've done.
Always teaching the raid. And...
Yeah, dude, like, it seems like every single time we go in the raid, and I say it with a little bit of, like, sometimes I wish it wasn't that way, but
Gambit, guys.
I do enjoy it. Yeah, we'll do Gambit now, we'll back out. I do enjoy it. It is very rewarding feeling to
once you get to the
through.
final treasure chest.
Yeah, to teach people the raids and go through the raids. Last season we did retro raiding, and like almost nobody there knew what they were doing. We had to teach everybody all the old raids.
But sometimes you just want a good group and team to just fucking rush through it in 45 minutes and be like, bam,
sure
done.
You do. Like,
fuck it.
We've got some members of our clan, and like you said earlier, I'm not going to name names, but we've got some members of our clan that kind of have their own little thing off to the side. They barely ever play with us. And me, who's the leader of the clan, founder of the clan, and Guts, who's the only admin right now, and the other admins, I don't think they ever played with any of them either. They kind of just do their own little thing, run their own little raids, do their own little activities and stuff. They don't participate in anything. It would be nice to have, you know, our team where we're like, okay, it's Tuesday, it's reset, we're going to take our main squad and go through and beat the raid, and then maybe later in the week we'll help out some other people. But instead of doing that and being selfish like that, not that I'm calling them selfish, but that's how I would imagine it would be if it was because we're the leaders of the clan. If we did this, if we just said, okay, well, we're going to go and run the raid, and then, you know, maybe we'll help you guys later. Instead of doing that, every Tuesday, you know, when we start up with the raid for the week, we're like, okay, who wants to volunteer to be in it? And we try to rotate people in that have never done it, Or if, like, you know, Punchy did it this time, we try to give it the spot to somebody else next time, you know, replace them with, like, Nightmare or somebody else, you know, like, so that everybody gets a chance. And we try to run multiple raids a week now because people were asking for it. For a while, we were only running the Tuesday raid. Now we're running a Tuesday and a Friday.
If we could get enough people.
Yeah, because, you know, people asked for it. We're trying to go out of our way to do it. So, I don't know what else that I can do to help people. We have our Fire Team Alpha, so that, okay, we're guaranteed we can get our Nightfall 100k done. We can get our Nightmare Hunt 1080 done. We can get our dungeon runs, you know, all those 3-man activities, and we're going to go after the Grandmaster title, the Conqueror title this season. You know, and in the season we did it with our other guy before Hoover joined with Butters. We went and we got the Harbinger title where we did all the Nightmare Hunt time trials and stuff. We can't do that with everyone. Like, we did Reckoner during the season of Reckoning with Rex, right? We can't do that with everybody in the clan. That's too difficult. Okay, we're going to get the Reckoning title, or the Reckoner title with Rex, and then we're going to get somebody else to do it with, or 2 other people to do it. Like, that's too much. That's
or
too
trying
much.
to switch them out every day. Okay, Rex came with us yesterday, so today we're going to work on this person.
Now, having said that,
we're never going to get done.
Now, having said that, we played lots of Gambit and still do with other people, trying to help them get Malfeasance, trying to get Dredgen, trying to get Reckoner, trying to, you know, we've done things like that. We've rotated people in and out that season when some of our people couldn't make it and we wanted to play and stuff. Same thing with Nightfalls, Nightmare Hunts, things like that. We periodically will pick up other people, or if people ask for help and we're available, we'll do it. We take people through dungeons, you know. But we want a guaranteed fire team to make sure we have the time to set aside for ourselves as gamers who love the game to do what we want to do, to enjoy the game for ourselves, you know, because we deserve that. We're not just here to work for other people just because we made a clan.
I think that was actually a really well said thing.
I had no idea you were going to bring that up, and that was, you brought it up, and I was like, you know what? I got something to say about that.
Yeah, well, it's like we were talking about, like, the helping different people, and, like, it just popped up in my head, like, all of this shit we do for our clan, or we try and do, and all the people we help. I mean, how many people did we help through 0 Hour because they were a friend of a clanmate, and, oh, my friend really wants to get it, even though he's not in the clan. Fuck it, bring him, let's go.
Yeah, we always prioritize clan members. However, we have done a lot with people who are not in the clan, or friends of people in the clan, like you just said, you know, like, and that's telling too. It's like, you know what I mean? We're not selfish, and it's fun. It's fun to do that.
I will fully admit there are some, you know, like we said it, like we knew Moments of Triumph was starting this week, and we flat out said it, like Tuesday, like. It may not sound like we didn't say like that, but like, leave us the fuck alone. You know we're hitting this shit straight away Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're starting this stuff. But it's not selfish. I don't see that as selfish. I see that as like, I deserve some time to play the way I want to play.
Yeah, but we didn't exactly do that either. On Tuesday, we still ran a Garden of Salvation raid with people that, you know, we needed the drops. We needed the drops too, but we took a long time in there teaching and helping people and stuff, where we could have just said, you know what, we're going to trade people out for people that know what to do because we want to hurry up and get back to getting the exotic trace rifle, you know, and we didn't do that.
Yeah.
And we never do that.
And then, and like, going back to it too, like, I don't know about other people, but like, this past week when we ran the Leviathan raid with Dick, or those 3.
Yeah.
I shouldn't keep dropping names, even though it's hard sometimes not to.
Well,
you know,
if you're
running
saying nice things, go ahead. But you're saying bad things, name drop.
You know, AP, Dicky,
and Death.
And Death.
Yeah.
I think AP and Prophet are both, or
they're
Dicky
brothers.
and Prophet are both APs.
Yeah, they're both brothers too. They live in the same.
Yeah. Yes.
Watch out! You got a guardian coming through.
But like, my biggest thing with it was the fact that, you know, we wouldn't normally have thought to like play it with them or do it with them because they normally run together a lot. But like, if we weren't willing to teach that Leviathan, we would never have played with them that day. which we wouldn't have found out. That was one of the best teams we ever ran through there with.
Mm-hmm.
He went outside. He ain't chasing nobody.
You know, and to find out, like, goddamn, we walked through. We struggled a little bit here and there, but for the most part, we walked through that raid.
HVT's up. I'm gonna get him. Does anybody need him for a bounty?
And
Yep.
I'm gonna tag him.
No,
Come
you
over.
just-
Oh, I couldn't tag him. I don't have the thing active right now. He's over on me.
I'm looking for
you
you.
know, but like I was saying, like,
Red building.
that's one of those reasons, like, I'm always willing to train, teach, whatever you want to call it, new players, and show them the ropes or give them the refreshers they need. Because you could screw yourself out of the best fucking raid team you've ever been on because I don't want to teach it.
Yeah. Well, that's how we got you. You said it earlier. Like, we met you. Oh, there go my 5 months. I'm not on the right subclass. I don't have the right armor on. I forgot to get ready for Gambit before we joined. You know what I'm saying? That's how we sometimes we do that. We help people out that aren't in the clan, and we get a nice new clan member. You know, it pays off.
Oh,
Yeah.
you killed it. Oh.
People don't think of that upside when they're talking about doing stuff like that.
They're not medium ugly.
And it's just like, you know, I don't understand the people who get upset when I will help you, but I am doing this with my group first. Well, y'all can't take me along and then you can do it with them later? No. Like, you know, like, without being mean about it, like, fuck you, you're lucky I'm even offering to do it with you and just, like, agreeing, no strings attached.
Yeah.
You know, I've never joined them, but, like, D1, like, my whole joke was I was a mercenary. I never really joined a clan. I played with whoever and did whatever, and there were groups of people that, you know, going to run a raid with them, they were assholes. And I don't have that in me. Not like that. You know, I will admit, you start being an asshole to me, I can be one of the best assholes right back to you. But, you know, my default is not asshole.
Yeah.
And like these guys, their default were assholes. Oh, you don't have that gun, you're not coming.
Yeah.
They don't need to have that gun just to do this raid. Well, it makes it easier, so yes, they do. But they can do it just as well with this gun. Well, no, they won't have the same DPS as us. Like, that's not a reason to exclude
Watch out,
people.
guys, he's coming to you.
Let him come.
And then they get mad because you point that out to them, and it's like, you know, fuck them. They just suck at the game. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone. Good
toxic
stuff,
community.
I killed him.
Good stuff.
Ah! Got too close to the prime and got bounced off a wall. Yeah, I'm hearing what you're saying, man. I'm getting a little distracted by the gameplay. It's going to be worse when we do the Nightmare Hunt. I think we might want to actually wait till we're done with the podcast to do the Nightmare Hunt. I don't feel like we're going to make for good conversation while we're in there.
I got no fish.
Back on... I guess we talked that kind of all out, the cliques, the little groups and stuff, and helping people out and stuff. I don't know what else we could really say about that. Is this times 3 or 4? What is this? How many?
Big guy,
He's on me.
23.
Red building.
Going in there. I see him.
Oh, we had the same idea. He sorted me when I sorted him, but yet he took no damage.
Yeah, that's right. You better run, scrub. Took him out. Thank you.
Did you?
Heavy on guts. Heavy on guts.
You take it, Guts.
Oh. I thought Hoover was going to invade.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think of that. I just meant I didn't
Too
know.
late.
It's all good. It's all good. Don't worry about it. I was just trying
But
to
yeah.
get some stuff, but
Well, anything else game related that you guys feel like talking about?
ooh.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I knew I had other things to talk about, but I wasn't expecting to talk about Destiny this week.
Yeah, me neither. We were supposed to talk about the racial tensions and everything, and we just ended up talking about this
I'll come back
instead.
for you.
What do you think about moving forward in the game, like fire team sizes and raid team sizes? Should they leave it alone? Should they add more, you know, 6-man activities that aren't raids? Should they add more, even like 9-man raids, something like that?
I like it the way
Increase
it is.
the number
I
of
think
players
it's
as
fine. I wouldn't mind seeing patrol spaces, like you could get more people into a patrol space than 3 people. Because either that or they got to bring matchmaking for every seasonal activity. Like when there's a public event, like this season isn't too bad with the Contact public event. Last season, for the public event, the featured public event, it was horrible if you didn't have
no one would
a
do
whole
it.
bunch of people. You know? If it was just your fire team, or God forbid you by yourself, and you're trying to get like randoms to do it with, it was a struggle bus.
Yes, it was.
You know?
Oh,
So
got
if
that
you
guy.
could...
And it wasn't a skill thing, there just wasn't enough time.
Yeah, there wasn't enough time and enough people, and, you know, some of it was like knowledge, you know, or communication
You're flying
based.
around, dude.
If you
Yeah.
could get 9 of your clan members, or 8, you know, 8 of your clan members with you, or even 6, and go in there, you could dominate.
Left,
you
left,
can
left.
do it.
On me. How did he blow me up from... Okay, I'm...
Where is he?
you, one
Oh, he's
more.
gone? Okay.
Yeah. He got me.
Hoover
I
there
took
is
his health.
heavy on the other side.
Bet. On my way. I'll pick it up and then I'll head through.
We got
Alright,
Primeval Slayer
Infamous.
times 5. Let's sword this guy already. He's been alive
I'm
way too
pressing
long.
him. Look what one sword attack did with oppressive with times 5.
Yeah.
Did you see that shit? Chunk, 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 chunk.
Come on.
I didn't even...
Jesus. But yeah, like, I know what you're saying. Like, I think the seasonal activities should have an option.
Matchmaking at least.
But
or
yeah,
bring in
with
or
some
bring in
matchmaking,
your own bigger team if you have to. Yeah.
you know, I'm old school game, you know, MMO player, like the original, the granddaddy of them all, World of Warcraft. And like I've heard a lot of people bring up, that's why I brought it up, that like, oh, imagine if we could bring 12 people in here or 9 people in here, we could do the same thing, have 3 people on each plate instead of 2, and this and that. And man, the first thing I thought about is, you know how much fucking chaos those games were with a 10-man raid.
Oh, God.
Think
Would
about
you
how
have 10
chaotic the
peop-
chat would be.
Yes, 10 people all trying to talk, all trying to do things at the time. I mean, like, as bad as it sounds with World of Warcraft, a lot of times you had to have people who, when we were in a raid, this is a goddamn military dictatorship. This person is running it. They're the goddamn, you know, commander-in-chief. He has 3 generals that are going to do this job, and this job. Everyone else's job? Yeah. Shut the fuck up. And it's like, you know, I will even admit, there have been times during our raids with 6 people, I have had to pull out the, guys, what? Shut the fuck up. Y'all will not let us talk. You will not let us teach. You will not listen. And y'all been talking about this damn gun for 30 minutes while we're trying to kill this boss. You know, and, oh God, that, could you imagine that with 12 people in a chat?
No, thank
Vaya
you.
con Dios, mijo.
It's, I mean, when you just say, you know, oh, let's get 20 people in a raid, it's just when you just say that, it sounds cool for a second until you start thinking about all those little details. Like you just said, you know, there's just, it's a more intimate experience, you know, when you have less players, I think. It's more is on you, too. You don't feel like, oh, I could step away for a second, or I could, like, I don't know how it was, because I never participated in those bigger ones, but I'm just imagining, you know, you could feel like, oh, well, you know, I don't have to really give my all, because there's like 20 other, you know, 18 other people here. I could just kind of like, oh, you know, lay back a little. When there's only 5 or 6 people,
Right.
if one person goes down, it's a struggle at that point. You know, you've got, especially with the token system they've brought in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a way, though, that's something that I wish wasn't in D2, the token system. We should talk about that for a few minutes. I'm not going to go too much longer. We're approaching 2 hours, but the token system in raids I don't like. I like D1, where in normal mode you could get rezzed. On hard mode, you're dead if you die. You can't get rezzed. Why do I like that? Because 2 things. One, it made you really play to stay alive, okay? And 2, if you died, it opened up the opportunity for other people to clutch and have more heroic moments and pull it out. I've seen some amazing moments in D1 where 1 man left alive or 3 or 4 people left alive out of the raid team pull it off and kill the boss, and you're in the background. Even though you're dead, you're not just sitting there twiddling your thumbs, oh man, I can't play, I'm dead. You are cheering on your team, and you're like, oh my god, yeah, you guys did it, oh my god, you know what I mean? Like, you try to do call outs. Yeah, sometimes you can try to do call outs to help, you know, like, it's not like just because you're dead you can't participate. I don't know if that's why they introduced it, because they feel like they want everybody to participate, but I miss that from D1. That's one thing that I wish D2 had that D1 had. Other than that, I really love D2 raiding. Leviathan was, you know, they've only gotten better. Let's put it that way. Leviathan,
it was an experiment.
Leviathan and its 2 raid layers I didn't like as much as I like the newer raids, especially Garden. Garden is awesome. Beautiful. Scourge is great. Crown, I'm not super big on, but I like it.
I love the armor sets.
The Last Wish is good too. I mean, again, that one can be frustrating at times, but it is still really, really cool raid. And compared to D1, like, you know, I liked all those raids too, don't get me wrong, but the hero moments are gone.
Yes. I know exactly, like, I know exactly what you're talking about, the feel. And any of my friends left from, like, the old days and the old clans and shit, like, you heard Matt talk about it. My raid in D1 was Wrath of the Machine. I loved Vault of Glass, don't get me wrong, but that was my raid. I loved it. And I remember, you know, the cannons to shoot with axes, where you had to shoot the servitors with the different, you know, element cannon each time. When we were trying to teach some groups and like they were struggling so hard, you know, I remember Matt even testifying for me just telling everybody, leave the fucking cannons alone. Why? Just leave them alone. And I would run all 3 cannons.
Yeah.
And jump back and forth and like, oh, so-and-so died. It doesn't fucking matter. He was a cannon guy. Just keep going. Well, we don't have enough. Just leave the cannon. Like, fuck it. I'll do them all. And you could be that hero. You know, I will admit, like, that was probably one of my highest, like, oh my god, I am a fucking Destiny god feelings while playing D, you know, probably all of Destiny. Because D2, there is no ability to do that. No matter how good I am, that timer is counting down.
You said how good I am, real quick, you said how good I am, and I whiffed a Nova Bomb on the Cyclops. That was actually absolutely standing still. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? And like, oh, the feeling of those raids, like, you get a person switching in, like, oh, can you help us, like, can you help me get through it? I can never get past, you know, access the buff. Yeah, sure. Okay, he's new, so this and this, help him with this. Well, what about the cannons? Don't worry about the fucking cannons. Guts has the cannons. One guy's doing them all. Yeah, it's like, just let Guts do it. Like, don't argue. And then that whole, holy shit, you really do that. Like, oh man, you felt so good. You know, like you were saying, you're the last one standing. That raid boss has a hair left. And you bring him down, and your whole fucking team is cheering for you. I can't believe you fucking got it. Oh my god.
Vault of Glass, my biggest moment was forgive me if I told this story before, but I've never told it on stream before. The whole team was dead. I don't remember the exact circumstances, how everybody died or anything, but the whole team was dead. I self-resed, you know, scumbag self-res warlock. And, I shot Icebreaker into the boss, into Atheon, until it was empty. And I, because his health was so low, you were able to still do damage to him. It wasn't ever like a damage phase. You were able to still do damage to him all the time. It's just you did so little. I was actually
and
able to kill him.
And you would wipe if you didn't complete the mechanics.
Yeah, I was actually able to kill him, though. So
wow.
That's how low his health was. So it was like, oh my god, it was like, I can't believe you just did that. Just absolutely saved the run.
And like we were talking about, like the biggest one I always remember now with, you know, D2 and the raids was the fact that here we go, we're going, first person died, we're at the bidding, fuck it, wipe. Fuck it, wipe. I mean, I never remembered hearing it that much in D1.
Oryx was probably the only one where one or two mistakes, like a Light Eater Knight ate a thing, a bomb, okay, wipe. But in D2, all the time, if a mechanic is messed up, just wipe. Alright, just wipe. You can't, like, recover a lot of times.
Yeah.
Too many deaths, alright, just wipe. Because once somebody's down, and you don't have a token to pick that person up,
it's over.
Know, you have a minute and a half to 2 minutes or whatever, and that's it. It's over, exactly. So there's no point in even carrying on at that point unless you can actually finish the whole boss in that amount of time.
You know, one of the times we, one of the times we wiped last night, even with Leviathan, you got teleported or you died, and then we didn't have the third symbol, so we had to guess.
Yeah.
And then we're thinking about it, like, even if we get through the whole thing, it's like 3 minutes to get to the boss phase now, and we have a minute and 50 seconds. And we're short of DPS, and this, and, like, and we gotta guess the next two symbols. It's a wipe. Just wipe.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it was definitely easier to just keep going in D1. You're like, well, you know, just keep going. Maybe we could pull something off, you know? Maybe we can clutch it up.
Yeah. That was a good one to bring up.
It's something I've been thinking about for a while. I've also heard people talk about it on other podcasts and stuff, and I always wanted to chime in on it, but never got a chance. Now it's my own podcast. Now I can. I'm going in with the sword. Let's finish this chick off.
Already there. Yeah, she's down.
Yep.
Go team Titan.
Poor team, there was only just 2 of them.
I officially vote we change the name of our fire team from Fire Team Alpha to Team Titan.
No. No.
Infamous can be Starfire.
I second this.
Starfire? What the hell is Starfire?
You've never seen Teen Titans?
No, I'm not a big
you are officially
anime
Starfire.
guy. I'm not a big anime guy.
You have officially become.
It's not an anime.
Starfire.
It is a cartoon, but it's not anime. It's the teenagers that go along with DC Comics.
It's
all the kids sidekicks.
Yeah.
As teenagers, doing stuff.
It's Teen Titans Go or something like that.
No, that's
Go is
not
the
Teen
new
Titans.
show.
Not Teen Titans. What's the name of that? Is it Teen Titans where it's like little young Batman, young Robin, stuff like that?
It's Robin. It's Starfire, Cyborg, Raven, Beast Boy.
Oh, that's what you guys are talking about. Okay.
Starfire is the one who flies around the chick with the purple outfit.
Oh my god.
Uses magic.
I've seen that show. English. Yeah, freaking.
Yeah, that's Starfire.
No.
You know, making fun of your dress and shit, flying around.
No. I am like if you mixed Neo from the Matrix with Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. That's what I imagine my warlock is. Because we are the one, too. Like our character in Destiny, You know, we're like an Anakin or a Neo. We are the chosen one. We are the travelers chosen. We are the guardian to stand above the rest. You know, that's how I view my character.
For everyone watching, I probably just got demoted again.
No, it's probably.
He lost 1 point, 1 infamous point.
Minus 20 infamous points. Out of 20.
I lost my max.
Well,
alright, everybody. It's just about 2 hours. I think we had some good, healthy conversation. I want to do another episode on Destiny in a couple of weeks or something, so I want to save something for that too. So we're not gonna keep going anymore. Next time, if you see this, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel after the fact, next time try to join us live. It's every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, and joining the conversation live. It's not all about Destiny. It's, you know, different week. Every week is a different episode with a different subject. Last week was The Last of Us Part 2. Yeah, tonight was supposed to be racial tensions in the United States. That might happen next week. We'll have to see. We've got other games too, like Grand Theft Auto, possibly The Division that we want to cover. So, come on, jump in, check us out. Like it, subscribe, you know, follow, all that stuff. Hoover, thanks for jumping in, man. I know it was kind of unplanned. You were a good guest, a welcome addition to the episode. Guts, good to have you on as always. You're one of the main hosts here. Either one of you have any socials you want to plug? Anything you got? You want to plug your Twitter? You want to plug your YouTube? Anything either one of you? No. All right.
Not really.
Find these.
Guts8690 on PlayStation.
There you go.
If you decide to play Destiny, look us up.
If you see either one of these,
with us, check out the game.
If you see either one of these guys,
Amhoover.
Oh, there you go. Sorry.
Or Amhoover.
If you see either one of these guys running around in the world of Destiny on PS4, don't be shy to send them a message, or me, Infamous177, and we'll help you out and stuff. We're not putting ourselves out there to, you know, help out everybody all the time, but I'm saying, you know, we're always open.
New friend
we're
requests.
Always open to picking up new clan members. Man, there's only like 7 people gonna watch this video. We're always looking for new clan members and new people to play the game with, so hit us up. Thanks for watching.
Just if you do run into us in the Crucible, please do not teabag me. I will profusely teabag you back, and you will not hear the end of it until the end of the match.
And I'll pay Hoover to teabag you.
You just put a sign on your back to teabag you, Hoover. You realize?
You did. You did.
I know I did. But it's going down. Trust me, they will be annoyed.
Quitting the stream. Thanks again, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next week.
Night, guys.
And